Now we have some data loaded into Elasticsearch. In previous exercise, we created a new index called research and a new type called candidate. Let's create a new table in Hive and connect that table to Elasticsearch index research and candidate type. Okay, so bring the terminal. Now we will open the third file, which is candidate underscore hive.hql. Now the first statement says this will be stored in database called Udemy, which we created in the beginning of this course. Then it will drop a table called candidate underscore es if it is already existing, because we want to start from fresh. And next it will create the table called candidate underscore es. Okay, and this table will have following fields. We have taken few fields from our Elasticsearch index. Okay, so and here it is important to note that the name of these fields should match with the fields in Elasticsearch. Okay, and Elasticsearch is also case sensitive. So if there is any mismatch, you may not get the data as expected. Okay, so we have these fields and they can be in any order, not necessarily the order in which you are seeing the fields on your browser using Head plugin. So this can be in any order. As long as the names are matching between fields, there should not be any issue. Okay. Now we are using the handler, ES storage handler, which is part of the Elasticsearch Hadoop jar we downloaded in the beginning of this exercise. Then we specifying a location where we want the data to be saved. Although there will be no data stored in this case, data will still reside on Elasticsearch and we are just querying it. Okay. Then there are some table properties. So first three properties you are already familiar with. First one, es.resource, is basically telling you the index slash type name, and this should be as per your index and type name in Elasticsearch. Okay. And next is ES node. This is the cluster where your Elasticsearch is running. In our case, it is localhost, and the port of Elasticsearch, which is 9200 by default. Next line is new. Okay. Basically, here what we are saying is there is a field called iColor in Elasticsearch, which has a slightly different name with capital C. Okay. But in Hive, our field is called iColor, all lowercase. Okay. So we are telling Elasticsearch that please map your existing field iColor with C capital with our Hive field, which is all lowercase. And you can add more fields to it if there are any name mismatches. Alright, so now you also know how to map fields which are having a different names. You can do that using this property. So let's run this and we can run it using Hive. Hive minus F candidate underscore Hive dot HQL. It may take a while because it's connecting to Hive, opening a new session, and then it will run the instructions from our HQL file. Looks like it has connected to Hive and the session is running now. Any moment we should see it. No. All right. Yeah. So it already completed all the instructions before even I could complete my sentence. All right. So now we should see Hive table created and we should be able to run some queries in Hive instead of in Elasticsearch. So let's open another terminal and go to Hive. Let's open Hive session. Okay, first we need to connect to the database, which is Udemy. Then in this database, we can see our new table created, which is candidate underscore ES. Okay, we can see all the fields we specified. Now let's run a simple query. Select star from candidate underscore ES. Let's eliminate 2. Okay, so pull any 2 records from candidate underscore ES. Now candidate underscore ES is a Hive table, but behind the scenes it is connected to Elasticsearch index and a type. So when we run this query, that jar we added will transform this query into a request to Elasticsearch and pull the information from there. Okay, so oh, there's a typo, so let's correct that. Enter. Okay, as you can see, we got 2 records as we requested, and we got all the fields we needed. You can run more queries on top of it. You can join, you can create more tables out of it. So anyone who is more comfortable with Hive or SQL queries and new to Elasticsearch, they can still use Elasticsearch by using Hive as a front end for them. Okay, so that's the benefit of creating a pipeline from Elasticsearch to Hive. Okay, so it makes it easy for developers. All right, this concludes our chapter on creating data pipelines between Hive to Elasticsearch and from Elasticsearch to Hive. Thank you.